Hey everybody, Mike Still here with Barbecue Champs Academy Live, and we have got an outstanding show for you tonight. Got two great pit masters. One of them's also a great barbecue or steak grill master as well. We got Justin West, Hat Creek Barbecue. Everybody knows usually Justin from around the Texas area, and we've also got Kyle Matuszewski, and with Your Behind BBQ. Certainly glad to have him. We've got him. He's out in Arizona. Got a lot of things been going on, and I'm really excited to hear some of the things he's got going on with his restaurant and him getting back into the competition scene. He cooks with one of our very own, Smitty, Loot and Booty Barbecue. They do a lot of cooking together under YSB Barbecue. They cook together, and we'll hear a little bit about how that started, and I'm sure he's got some great stories about Smitty that I cannot wait to hear. So, without further ado, we got folks coming in. I already see we got folks popping on. Yep, you actually got on before the podcast even started and made a comment. That was pretty good. I was like, how did he do that? I'm not even live yet, but I guess it still popped up. Glad you're with us, Travis. Appreciate you being here. Darren, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your calls that you had this weekend. It was nice meeting you for the first time in person, and I appreciate you being on tonight. We've also got Mark. Appreciate you being in here with us tonight. We got Dirk on here as well. Dirk, I'm going to be reaching out to you, man. We certainly do want to get you on our show. I've got a pretty long list of folks, but I'm trying to get you moved up. I'm very excited about what y'all have got going there, and I'll see if I can reach out to you maybe here in another week or so to get you on. If you would like to be on, would love to have you on, let you talk a little bit about the Rib Cook-Off Association. Mr. John up in Wisconsin, we appreciate you being here. Sam, thank you for joining us from Seguin. Man, I'm so jelly with you down in Seguin and Burnt Bean in your backyard. If I was in that place, I'd weigh 600 pounds because I would be at Ernest's restaurant probably 4 times a week. Dan, thank you for being with us tonight from Houston. Chris, we appreciate you being here from Connecticut. We got Miss Brenda in the house. I'm glad y'all are back. It looks like y'all had a fabulous vacation. I can't wait to get Gordon back on it because, man, I know they took some great pictures of y'all there when y'all were coming off the ship, it looked like. And all of them had Gordon in there with this great, big, huge smile on his face. So we need to get them framed up. David, thank you for joining us. Daddy Dutch Barbecue, appreciate you being here. And good, anytime. That's great, Dirk. We'll be reaching out to you and see if we can get you on here. Anthony, thank you for being here all the way down from Houston. Carlos, man, congratulations on your outing at the San Antonio Livestock show. Awesome cook-off that you had going on down there. So many guys did so well. Bill Purvis, man, I don't know. I told Bill today, I said, all right, I don't ever take any class, but I said, I think I'm going to take your class, watch it, and go cook all the cook-offs in San Antonio because, man, you have been absolutely killing it down there with a big first-place chicken. And even Vanessa cooked because he had an entry that he had from when he done so well and won it last year. So he had chicken fried too, and Vanessa cooked. I think she had a 7th and an 8th in rib and brisket. So certainly was awesome to see that happen as well. Ace, thank you for joining us tonight. AJ, we appreciate you being with us. Matt, thank you for joining us. Man, I'm seeing we're getting a lot of folks over on YouTube. I keep asking everybody to go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe over there. If you haven't done so, we certainly encourage you. I'm going to drop a link in here in just a minute. We're really trying to make the transition where we go live on our YouTube page. It certainly makes it a lot easier for you to find all of our past podcasts. I get a lot of people say they like to go back and watch some of them. And instead of having to scroll through all of our posts on Facebook, on our YouTube channel, they're all right there, and it's so much easier to find them. So if you haven't done so yet, go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. I will drop a link in the chat, and you can click that link that I just dropped in. You can go over there and ring that bell on our YouTube channel, and that'll get you subscribed. If we ever do make the switch to permanently go over there, you'll already be able to get notifications. Who else we got? Oh, Weber Ninja, Sulphur Spring, Texas. Thank you for being here. Mr. Danny, thank you for joining us. Appreciate you being with us tonight. Lance, we appreciate you being with us from Weatherford Chef's Barbecue. All right. Rick, appreciate you being here. Another YouTube. Paid a visit to San Antonio this weekend. What a great event. That's awesome. there's our link that I just dropped in. Make sure you go over. If you haven't subscribed yet, please just drop over, click that link, go over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Mike, are you going to cook in Irving again this year? Yes, sir. It is on my books to go. I've been over there the last 2 or 3 years in a row. Absolutely love Irving. Great place. We went down to the big winter battle War Pig Cook-Off down in Montgomery, Texas this weekend. 60 plus teams, I think, was there. I was really happy with some of my stuff I turned in. I kind of got, I had some really good scores on ribs. Let's just put it that way. A 10-10-10, a 10-10-10, a 9-9-9, a 9-8-9. And judge number one decided he wanted to give me an 8-5-5. and if those had just been 8-9-9 or 8-9-8, I would have easily came off that table and made it to the final and had probably a pretty good rib call. But it is what it is. You know, we just keep cooking. That's all we can do. I'm happy with that rib. It's been very, very good for me. And I'm resorting back. I've had 2 different recipes that I've run. I had a recipe in ribs that I ran from 2020 and 2021 and 2022 and 2023. I cooked a completely different rib. Now, after 2 years of data, I've kind of looked through them. And, you know, it's funny when if y'all keep good notes, I went through my 2020, 2021 rib, 27 cook-offs. I had 12 of them that was first, second, or third place. And I was like, that's stronger than the rib I'm currently cooking. So I think I'm going to switch back to that. And it is a really, really good rib. So I try to have a couple different recipes. And now that I've cooked both recipes in certain areas, I know when I go back down to Bow Bridge this year, I'm going to cook the newer recipe because I've got 2 second place back-to-back years down there. So try to keep good notes. I always kind of tell people, keep good notes of what you're doing. And I think it'll maybe help step up your game. That's my pro tip. Michael Sanders, thank you for being here. Lee, thank you for joining us tonight. Just got Terry Roan's class. You got a good one. He's got some very, very sound fundamentals in his state class. And he's a world champ for a reason. Paul, thank you for joining us. Stephen, thank you for being here. Sorry on YouTube. I'll be in Irving too. Great, 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 great. Jacob, thank you for joining us. Edward, we appreciate you being here. Lee, hey everybody, hey, my high school boys hit Grand Champion Chicken Saturday, first ever grand for them. Man, that is absolutely phenomenal. So I really like seeing the kiddos coming up and doing well. We're going to be filming our first Kid Q tomorrow. I'm very excited. It was one of the things I originally wanted to have for Barbecue Champs Academy. And we made the announcement when Ray Barker had won Master Chef Junior, a phenomenal cook. She's got over 20 top 3 finishes in steak. She got reserve grand champion at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Amazing girl, amazing chef, very, very detailed. And so we're going to be filming Ray's class. She's going to do a pork chop and a pork chop and a steak class for the Kids Q. And we are just going to foot all the bill for everything like we always do, where we normally take a little percentage of it. We're not going to take anything. We're giving her 100% of the money. And I'm just going to foot all the expenditures of the filming and building the website out. We want to help her get her culinary dream of owning her own restaurant. And we want to try to help her out any way that we can. So I've had a lot of people last year reach out to us wanting to know when we was ever going to have a kids queue. Now we've got it. We got somebody we feel brings a lot to the table. Her brother got grand champion at the American Royal. So they've got some great stuff there. And I'm looking forward to working with little Gringa tomorrow. It's going to be fun filming. Mike, what's going on? Thanks for trying my rib this weekend. Yeah, Louie, it was really good. Had a great flavor. Thought everything was really, really good. Very well balanced flavors. So that was awesome. Glad to be able to meet you and try your rib, man. I appreciate it. Robert, thank you for joining us tonight. And we got Mr. Justin on here as well. Look, it's time to get started on this. We got about 43 folks on. That's the majority of them. Hopefully we got a few more. Once again, real quick, I want to let everybody know about our partners. We couldn't do what we do without them. I know I say that time and time again, but a lot goes on behind the scenes with Barbecue Champs, and we really couldn't do without their support. They really helped me. The barbecue store, thank you guys so much, Mr. Dustin Stanley, Gunnar Wilhelm Knives, Daigle Barbecue, some amazing glazes and sauces. I use their stuff on all of my product. And I had somebody the other day looking for some meat. I think it was Paul Wolf. He was trying to find some Prairie Fresh ribs. Raider Red Meats has them, and she can get them shipped out usually overnight. They got pretty good shipping. They got great selection of Prairie Fresh. I think they got the primes as well. So if you're looking for ribs and you don't have a Walmart nearby, especially if you're looking for primes, I think she carries some primes as well. Be sure to check them out. All right, without further ado, it's time to bring on our first guest, the man, the myth, the legend that we all want to be like, Mr. Justin West, Hat Creek BBQ. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I don't know about that myth and legend stuff. So.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, look, dude. You're the 2022 Houston Livestock Rodeo World Champ in rib, and you got some damn good Q. You cook consistently everywhere you go, and you got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to get a chance to talk about that. So we appreciate you taking the time. I got a chance to talk to you a little bit this weekend when we was at the competition. And I told you, I said, I'm getting you on our show. So
yeah, I appreciate it.
I've had you on the books for a while. The next up, man, the wild guy himself. Thank God we don't have Smitty on here. Mr. Kyle, man, Matuszewski.
What's up, boys?
Thank you so much, Kyle, for being on Your Behind BBQ. Man, you're a legend as well out there, especially in the West Coast. There's nowhere you can go that they don't know who you are out there. And pretty much all over the country when it goes to slinging some steaks around the parking lot.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
It's going to be a good time.
Can they pronounce his last name, though? Because I've butchered it.
Never.
Yeah, I really told him, I was like, look, I don't even want to try to jack this up like I know it, but why don't you tell me how to say it? And he said, Matuszewski. And I was like, thank God I got that. So
just like it sounds in the spelling.
Back in the day, everybody called me Ski, S-K-I. Because they couldn't pronounce my last name. They're like, I ain't even trying.
That's right. They don't even want to do that. Well, guys, I really appreciate y'all taking a little time. We got quite a few folks on here. We're going to have a great show tonight. Don't forget, also, we've got our free backyard barbecue classes. It's going to go to one lucky winner. And we're going to have we got a barbecue trivia question for that. It's going to be at the end of the show. Whoever
Can I put in for it?
Nah, you already know the answer. So, anyway, it's going to be great, and I'm really looking forward to it. Let's kind of dive in. We got a few more folks on here. We got Terry Roan's on here. Hey, Terry, how are you doing today? James, we appreciate you being here.
That's world famous Terry Roan.
That's world famous. Hello from
I drive by Terry's house every day at work. Terry lives about 20 miles from me.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Every day.
Oh, here's somebody related to Little Ray. Let's see. Little Gring is over there tomorrow. Thank you and all the supporters. She has the amazing barbecue family and Barbecue Champs Academy. I'm looking forward to her. I asked Sarah, her mama, said, how tall is she? She said, well, she's about 5'1". And I was like, this table may not be quite low enough for her. So I've already got the pad built over here for her. I can't wait. They're on their way. They'll be here just a little bit later tonight. So we're going to have a lot of fun filming that class. So anyway, Paul's on here. AJ's on here. Robert Corbin. Mr. James Dotson, hello. Man, he did this last week, 30,000 feet, and he's watching us. I didn't even think they allowed you to do anything on your phone. And, James, he's a rule breaker. So, anyway. All right, well, let's get started. Justin, man, what have you got going on, brother? I know your barbecue's been killing it. You're doing good there, and you officially became the Outlaw Barbecue Association president at the end of last year. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and some of the things going on with Outlaw? For those that haven't cooked one, maybe you can just briefly give us a rundown of what it's about and then some of the new things that's just breaking just in the last hour that you're going to break it here on Barbecue Champs. Let's go.
Ooh, let's go.
So, somehow I ran for president and won, and because I was the only one running. So it's not that I didn't have a shit ton of other stuff already going on with my catering and then with a regular job and with wanting to chase kids, play on 2 different sports, and wanting to cook as much as I possibly can. Yeah, so I've been very busy.
Yeah.
It's been rewarding though, man. I've found a newfound respect for board members because it's been barbecue. We're in January 30th. I took office January 1, and I've talked barbecue for 30 days every day. So
yeah,
nice.
It's these guys and gals. Some of these guys and gals have been doing it a really long time, and man, they pour their heart and soul into it, and they're serious about it. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
to see that side of it. So
yeah, it is. It's a big commitment, no doubt.
yeah.
So,
but the Outlaw is man, it's it's a fairly new organization. We're starting our 3rd year on it. Man, it's been a huge blessing. It's there's no secret that we kind of forked off of what we used to be like the Region 1 IBCA. When IBCA changed their scoring, there was a lot of cooks in our area, North Texas, that wasn't very big fans of that. And so we forked off. We saw a need, man. We really felt it. We were fixing to lose our hobby in this area. And there was a bunch of us that forked off, and when we came up with it, and we're doing we're doing great, man. We're super healthy as an organization. We're growing. The membership's growing. We're 3 years into it now. We've got some data on the first 2 years of what we've got as far as cook-offs and our end of the year event where we pay our extra money. We've made some few changes there, and we announced a new kind of a points chase. It's called the Outlaw Bounty Hunt. What it all comes down to, guys, is we're trying to grow barbecue. We're trying to get more cooks out. We're trying to do everything that's cook friendly. Just about everybody on our board is either a cook, has been a cook, or a head judge. So they're knees deep into this barbecue stuff. And they're all for the cooks. So we realize that the most important thing with any organization is the cooks in the parking lot. Because if there's no cooks, there's no cook-offs, there's no promoters, we don't get to cook. So we're trying to do something super cool with that. We announced the points chase, and we're going to break it down into 3 segments where I put the dates out last week. And we are going to have a points chase, and you can cook as much as you want or as little as you want. We're going to keep your best 4 cook-offs in that segment. Nice. We're going to take the top 4 from that segment, and you're going to qualify for the end of the year cook bounty hunt. We're going to do that 3 times. Go ahead.
Tell them what the segment is.
So the segment is just a number of cook-offs in a certain date. So our first segment is February 1st to April 21st. Okay. So there's every segment we've divided into an equal amount of cook-offs. So there's no advantage to cooking the second segment or the third segment over the first. They're all about the same.
About the same.
11 or 12 cook-offs.
Right.
So we're going to collect your points. We're going to keep up with your points on your top 12 overall finishes. And then we're going to keep your best 4. The 4 guys who are the top 4, they're qualified. They get to move on to the bounty hunt at the end of the year. And then spots 5 through 12 are going to get put into a wild card draw. Okay. Then we're going to start over on August or April 22nd. We're going to start over.
Second segment. Everybody starts at 0. The guys who have already qualified, they're in. We're not even going to track their points. There you go. I love it.
So it's going to be a whole new set of the top 4 qualify. Same thing. That goes to, I believe, August 3rd. Don't quote me on those dates. And hold on, guys.
That's okay.
My dogs are going crazy. My kids.
That's all right.
But so we're going to do the second segment. Same thing. 1 through 12, 4's in. 5 through 12 go into a random draw. Wow. Same thing for the third segment. That third segment is going to run from August 2nd to December 1st. So, and then it's all going to culminate. Same thing. 4 go on into the wild draw. Then we're going to have our 12 cooks that are qualified, and then we're going to have the other 5 through 12s, all those, whoever that is, even if it's the same cook and he's in there 3 different times, he's going to have 3 different bungs in the drawing.
Okay. So
we're going to go live on our Facebook page, and we're going to have like we're going to do the draw live.
Okay. Perfect.
So I've seen, been cooked for a long time, been qualified to try to get into the jack, never been lucky enough to draw. And I've heard a lot of people say, man, I wish they would do that draw live.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the buzz?
100%.
I mean, I know when you qualify for the bung in there and you're hitting refresh on your computer that day 1,000,000 times. So
yeah.
Yep. Just
so we want to do that
email
live, and we want to have. So we're going to take 3. We're going to take 1 cook from each segment. So if you're in the 5th through 12th spot for all 3, you're going to have a better chance.
Right.
And then we are going to go to the Outlaw Roundup, the end of the year event. It used to be a dual event, an invitational and an open. Right. Well, like I said, we have some feedback on that. And it was a dual turn-in. You turn in 2 boxes. Yep. And a lot of cooks were not very, they wasn't cool on that. It was a lot of work, double turn-ins.
It was a lot, yeah.
The only reason the cooks didn't grab a whole lot, it was a free entry for a $10,000 payout.
Right.
So we the first year we had 28 cooks sign up for it out of 70 that were qualified. Last year we had 32 cooks sign up for like almost 70 that were qualified. So Outlaw board voted and we did away with the invitational because we don't feel like we were getting a return on the investment of $10,000.
Right.
So we're gonna put this money towards a points chase at the and then we're all gonna. So when we go to the Outlaw Roundup at the end of the year in Denton, that is our new spot. We're gonna have it at Jim Paddock's place. Mike, you've been there. It's a great spot.
Love it.
The way we look at it is you qualify for the Jack or you qualify for the Roll, then you have to go cook it, right, to win it. So that's what we're going to do with our Outlaw Bounty Hunt. Just those 15 guys, the qualifiers and the wild cards, are going to cook for the overall money.
Nice.
And it's going to go off of your overall finishes. And then if for some reason it breaks down into where, some of the cooks, there's only one cook, let's say, that finishes in the top 12 overall, then we will go down to your individual meets and then so on as far as our tiebreakers go.
That's awesome.
But
bro, bring those to Arizona.
Yeah.
Do what?
Bring those out to Arizona. We ain't got nothing
hey, man,
out here.
We got one in Oregon this year, dude. It's gonna be awesome, man. We Outlaws never had a points chase before. It's kind of something that we didn't want to do when we started it. We just wanted to get back to cooking and having fun.
Yep.
And the board set for the last really the last month, and really discussing, can we do this? Are the cooks going to support it? We take it very serious on this, and it's something that we feel everybody will win. Outlaw will win, the cooks will win, the promoters will win, because a lot of these promoters are getting, there's no points chase, there's no real big incentive to go cook unless it's just a really big payout.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to help everybody. And then to sweeten the pot, not only are you going to cook for the money at the end of the year, the board, actually, we had a board meeting today before I joined you, Mike, and we have decided that we are going to pay the top 4 in each segment.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, nice.
So
That's
if you qualify, if you win in the segment, any segment, we're going to pay out $1,000 in each segment, and we're going to take that all the way down to 4. So I believe the payouts are $500 for first, $250 for second, and then on down at Cascades down.
Yeah,
So
that is absolutely awesome. I love that. That is great.
So 12 of the 15 qualifiers are going to get paid.
Right.
To go cook the roundup to cook for more money.
Yeah. All they have to do is give us a call. There you go, Jay.
Yep. Give us a call, right? Yeah. And then of course, guys, you got to be a member of Outlaw. It's a whole whopping $20.
Right. That is absolutely. We have over 250 sanctioned cook-offs in Texas. Yeah, I think what she's telling is Kyle, like, give them a call and she'll make it happen out there. So
Judy
Walker
retired.
Judy is man.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, we can make that happen.
Yeah, be careful because she
we'd
will
love to come to
definitely do
Arizona.
it.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, good. Hey, Steve, how are you doing? So sorry, fellas. That's awesome. That's absolutely so cool that you're going to have it's a mini points chase, right? First, and I really like that because sometimes somebody gets so far ahead of you, you lose the interest at that point, and you're like, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's almost kind of like the chase points with NASCAR. I know you was kind of talking about your cousins in NASCAR racing. You have the chase and you have another one. And that's kind of the same thing. You got a shot. Okay, I didn't get what I needed here, but I can go over here. It resets. We can try it again. If I got it, great. If not, I got another chance to do it again. If you want to do the chase, you can. And if you don't want to do the chase, it doesn't matter. You're going to cook the cook-offs that you're going to cook. My schedule's already made. I've got 20 cook-offs on the books that I already know that I'm going to go do. Now, does that mean that if I'm doing pretty good, that I might not skip one competition and go do another outlaw? Maybe so. That's your choice. Anybody can make, and if even though you're saying, I'm not going to chase points, maybe you go, hey, I'm going to go to it because if I can at least hit and stay up in the top 4, I'm going to get some money, a little extra cash. It's not to get you rich, and I can still grand champion or get top 10 calls and make money.
Absolutely.
So I love that, man. I think what y'all have done is really good. I've got a couple folks on here. Let's see.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We really sat down and and you hear it a lot. Not everybody gets a participation trophy, right? And that's what we wanted to do, but we also didn't want to exclude somebody by the month of March. If you haven't cooked all these outlaw cooks, you have no chance.
Yeah.
So the guys who do 52-week, points chases, God dang, those dudes are warriors.
Yeah, look what Travis just posted.
Yeah, and then I don't have. Yeah, there you go. And then and like myself, my kids play varsity baseball, and I don't get to cook a lot in the spring. I can go hard in the winter. I can go pretty hard in the summer. And if that was any other points chase, I'm out. I have no chance, even though I'm a good cook. So we're going to start it all over. each segment.
I
Everybody
love
starts
that.
at 0, and then we're all going to culminate in Denton, Texas in December, and we're going to cook for some money.
That's
And we're going to have prizes with all this, guys.
That's
You're going to have
fun.
unique trophies. It's going to be a really cool deal.
That's
I think it's
pretty
really
cool.
going to grow Outlaw.
That's really cool. Carlos said second period. Second period is mine. Yeah, if Carlos is showing
There
up,
you go.
I'm gonna get all mine done in the first segment and maybe in the second. I'm gonna leave the second quarter to Carlos.
Hey, what's cool about it, guys, is if you're a good cook, like a lot of the guys that watch this show and come on this show, you don't have to go cook 11 to keep your best 4. If you can go hit in the top 4 consistently on 4 cooks, you have a chance to make it.
You sure do. What about Birds and Bones? Did I miss the update? Birds and Bones.
That's the restaurant.
Oh yeah. We hadn't got there yet.
Not there yet, Steve.
We're fixing to. I'm
it's
too
coming,
old
baby.
to do 50 cook-offs a year. I'm a 15 to 20 guy. Yeah,
you have a shot.
You. I do 20 competitions a year. That's usually where I'm at.
Yeah.
And
no drama. You know, a lot of times we see that. Back when I was chasing points, that you know, like you go cook an 85 team cook-off, and then some guy in second place goes and cherry picks a 15 team.
Right.
It don't matter where you cook. We're keeping your best 4.
That's it.
So,
and that's what I like.
Yep.
It allows you a chance. For the guy that cooked every one of those, I don't have a chance to catch him, and that's what I never like. You know, you don't cook. You guys are over there. I'm over in Louisiana. I got a long way to drive. I can't cook as many cook-offs. But now I can go do 6, and hopefully I can do good enough in those 4 that you take my 4 best, and I can compete with the guy that may have done 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11, or 12 of them. So Absolutely. That's the one thing I really like. I love the board, what they did with that, and thank you for your inspiration. We need young blood in there, and I think you're the kind of guy that's going to go get it. Cody was trying to do a great job, but he just got so sick. Sorry for Cody. Y'all keep Cody Whalen in your prayers. He has still
Absolutely.
got an uphill battle. And I hope everything continues to go well with them. But man, that's pretty awesome. So
we're excited about it. We really think it's going to generate some good stuff for us. So.
Yeah, I really do. All right, well, Kyle, let's give you a little spotlight, brother, and then we're going to jump back to Justin and ask him some barbecue stuff. We'll get with your man. What has been going on with Your Behind BBQ? Because man, you came on the scene around COVID, tearing up the SEA stuff. Then next thing you know, I noticed you're with Smitty and this. I want to know about YSB barbecue.
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden, now we got the Birds and Bones restaurant. So let's start from the top.
Man. Well, you know, YSB was started during COVID. Smitty sends me a text and he's like, "Hey, there's no contest or anything going on out here because you know COVID shut everything down. But Texas is having a big one in Humble. And he's like, it's a 19-hour drive. Let's go do it." So I said, okay, well, like, what do you want me to do? You want me to like carry your boxes or like be your sous chef? What, you know? And he's like, no. You know, he's a world champ. He's like, you cook the ribs. The other guy, Justin, he's going to cook the brisket. And then we'll all tag team pork. And Smitty, of course, is going to do chicken. So that's kind of how that started. We got 3rd place overall in Humble. And then we went in GC to contest in Nevada. And then we went to the Royal and took 3rd place overall there at the Invitational. And then, that's how that snowballed. And then I hit the SEA circuit pretty hard after that. So, and then now it's snowballed into a full-blown restaurant.
Yeah. So you did a lot of state competitions. I know you was killing it in the state.
Yeah.
You've done quite a few barbecue because I've seen you, I know 2 or 3 years in a row at the Royal. So when y'all are at the Royal, are y'all cooking under YSB or is it separate?
Well, the first year that I went, that we took 3rd overall, we cooked under YSB.
I remember that.
And then the next year we were there, Smitty was on his own, and then Justin and I were together, and we cooked under YSB, and we took 4th overall.
Okay.
In the Invitational. And then this past year we cooked as YSB again, and didn't do too well.
Yeah, one of the rare times you don't see Smitty up there walking. So. Yeah. Oh goodness! Over here we pronounce it humble.
Humble. That's right. I got corrected.
I knew someone was gonna get him.
Yeah. Humble. That's right. Humble. I do remember that.
Yeah, that's
humble.
It. James wants to know, where's your restaurant? So you've kind of transitioned out of there. You've had a food trailer.
Yeah.
That was kind of funding all your competitions, which smart guy. That's the way to do it. But now you've kind of gotten that itch because you are I think you're one of these chefy chef kind of guys. You remind me of Smitty, right? Because me and my wife was out in Vegas last year. We flew out there to go get behind the scenes, get some footage of the SEA cook-off that they had in Vegas. and we got a chance to visit with a lot of our clients, our alumni, our customers. Several teams was out there. I know Steve was there. Steve Conaway was there. John Lindsay was there. Ronald, Caitlin and her
Burns.
hubby, and
Yeah.
just a ton of people. And we got a chance to meet, get some footage and stuff like that. But I got a chance to see you kind of behind the scenes, and I think you was making some kind of Chef Philly cheesesteak. And I got to meet your dad, Pops. I remember that.
Yep.
And I mean, y'all was putting all this stuff together, and you was just like, you got to try this, and here's my new rub, and I want to talk a little bit about your rub. But man, you've kind of now went down that path of, I'm going to do a restaurant. Tell us how that kind of transpired.
Well, my dad was always kind of like, hey, I think it's time to open up a restaurant. I think we should try to do this and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't feel that our name or our brand wasn't really out there yet. So 1 year, I think it was the year after COVID or, the year or 2 years after, I did 54 contests in 1 year, SCA contests, combined with a few KCBS contests. And the only weekends I had off was Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so, I hit that pretty hard and was chasing those ancillary points. That was back when you could turn in, 6 different turn-ins for each category. And, of course, I did all of that.
Right.
It took second overall. And shout out to Terry. Terry saved my butt one time in Texas. I flew out there, and he helped me turn in all my turn-ins and stuff. So, then, the food truck stuff kind of slowed down because of COVID. So I hit all these contests. We won 2 barbecue contests back-to-back in Florence, Arizona. Mm-hmm. And the mayor and city officials and all these people were just like, hey, you got to open up a restaurant. So we found a Mexican food spot out there that was for sale. It's right on Main Street, right downtown. And
what city is this in?
Florence, Arizona.
Florence, Arizona.
Yeah, so it's like about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour east of Phoenix.
Okay, Florence, Arizona. Okay.
So the lady selling the Mexican food spot, she didn't want to sell it to like a random guy that was going to turn it into a pawn shop or something crazy.
Right.
So she wanted to interview everybody that was buying, that would put offers in on the place.
Right.
So she interviewed me. We sat there for like 2 hours, and I told her my story and everything, and she sold it to me. She sold me the building, she sold me everything. So we totally remodeled, gutted the place. We've had nothing but drama with one of the city officials, the old fire manager or the fire fire marshal.
Yeah.
So we had problems with her. Got through all that. So the paperwork is submitted with the health department. We're waiting to see what happens. Should be a couple of weeks before we get approval. And then, I'm leaving my 20-year career job to go chase my dreams and open a barbecue restaurant.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome, man.
Congratulations. I said, I've looked at, I know a few. Ernest Cervantes, he just got the James Beard Award, probably one of the best barbecue restaurants I've ever ate in my life.
100%.
By
Me
far.
too.
I'm nothing even close to that guy's stuff.
Yes.
Close is 407 Barbecue, Mr. Brian. Amazing barbecue, successful, huge. I had getting Brad Laniger on here. We're getting basted. I had him on last week. We was up in Branson doing some filming and stuff up there here right after the holidays, and we got a chance to go to a couple of his restaurants. Amazing food, good. He's a good chef. He's just a good all-around cook. All those guys are, and I think you're going to follow them in their steps, man. I think you will do very, very good.
I'm putting everything into it. There's
all
no
the
plan
best
B
for you. I think that's the way you got to go all in. You got to cook good food, and if you cook good food and give them good service, you'll have them wrapped around the building.
I hope so, man.
It's going to happen for sure.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to keep us posted. We're going to have to get you back. You come back to me end of the summer and you let me know. I want to get on your show. I want to hear it because I love success stories. Place open to you. Anytime you want to come on, you let me know.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Always a problem with the fire marshal. Let's see. I know where Florence is. I lived in Santan Valley for a few years. All right, that's cool. Let's see. That's crazy brave of you, bud. Eyes on the future. Best of luck with your success. Thank you, Kia. And
a lot of people don't know about Brian McClarty is with 407 Barbecue. Is he actually retired from the phone company?
Yeah.
And started 407 out of a little bitty trailer. Then it grew into a giant building. And dude, I eat there all the time. If you're not there by 11:30,
you can't get in.
They open 11. You're going to be waiting in line.
You're
and
going to be
outside.
waiting. Wow. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
remember
You're gonna do great, Kyle.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate
my
that.
second cook-off I ever cooked. I had just went over to, I cooked the, oh gosh, the one over there in Texas, Carrollton, Texas. The Steve Mayberry
Mayberry.
competition. Yep, Steve
Yep.
Mayberry. First competition I ever did. First one. Had a first place brisket, 49 teams. Finished third overall. Had 11th place rib. I was stoked. Next competition I go to was in Marksville. I'm renting a cabin because we didn't have any trailer at that point. Brian was parked next to me. He had the trailer next to, or the cabin next to me. We sat out there and talked. He's really probably one of the first guys I actually just got a chance to sit and talk to. First person who came up and talked to me a lot in my first cook-off was Uncle Tony. I still remember that.
Oh,
I still
man.
remember he came up to me, first cook-off, right? Yes, sir. Just hit your turn-ins and get the right amount of meats in the box and have fun. That was his advice. And after that, it was Brian. And he told me, I remember him saying, I've been at the Bell South or AT&T or something for 30-something years. I'm fixing to retire, go fishing, enjoy life. And then next thing you know, just like you said, he got a little small pop-up trailer. It was very small. Then he got a bigger one. Then he got to put into a little small building. And next thing you know, he's got this giant place. And it was fun to watch the transition go from one to the other. And he was going to retire. So
Now he's married to that sucker now.
Oh, 100%. But he's throwing out some good, amazing good
Absolutely.
cues. So, yeah, congratulations, Kyle, man.
Thank you.
I think we're all rooting for you to do good there. Let's see, green chili bacon rub, most unique rub on the planet. Yeah, tell us a little bit about your rubs and how the people that's in the barbecue competition could utilize some of those.
Yeah. So when I was chasing points and I was doing the 54 contest, my goal was to always stand out and be different compared to what everybody else was. So in the ancillary game, during an SCA cook, if it was a rib category, well, everybody there was pretty much doing like a standard barbecue competition rib. They're wrapping it in foil, the butter, the honey, all that Blues Hog barbecue sauce.
Right.
Well, I wasn't going to do that. I was going to be the different guy. So I'm either wrapping ribs in bacon, and I'm doing smoke fried ribs. I'm doing just completely different. And it would either hit all the time or I would get smacked pretty good for it. So my finishing dust is something I created, was the green chili bacon rub. And it was something that, I was getting off Amazon and I was playing with some dehydrated green chilies and I was adding different stuff to it, making my own rub. And then I kind of nailed it to where I was using it as a finishing dust. And it just gives that, as soon as somebody takes a bite, like a judge, when you take one bite, it just hits you with the pop. And so, and then Sterling, he was just like how you guys were saying, he was the first one that ever talked to me at a contest, first guy I ever met. He kind of took me under his wing. And on the drive to Humble, Texas, I was telling him about this rub, and he loved it. He was like, dude, this is something that you should come out with. But, I didn't want to be like everybody else and come out with a rub and this and that. But he was like, dude, you have to come out with that. People will go crazy. And, that was probably the scariest check I ever wrote for 1,000 bottles. Right. So, okay, not telling anybody what it is until I get it.
Right.
And then I'm thinking, I'm going to be stuck with 1,000 bottles for the rest of my life of green chili bacon. I was like, nobody's going to buy this. Nobody's buying this.
Right.
Well, we sold out in 2 days. So,
dang.
There you go.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cooked their bacon wrapped pickles with cream cheese and the green chili rub. Good stuff. Congratulations, Kyle. That's awesome. I don't know if I've ever got any of that stuff. That sounds amazing.
Yeah,
there you go. If you're looking for something extra pop, there it is. So,
yes, sir.
Wow, what a great story. So, all right, we're going to shift over now to the rib champ himself. Since we're talking ribs, this would be a good time. 2022 Houston Livestock Show Rodeo World Champion in ribs. Congratulations on that, Justin. You're posting pictures all the time. Your ribs are absolutely amazing looking color. And tell us what you're doing now to get prepared. I know you want to go back and defend that title. Everybody I've ever talked to said that they've won it. They want to go back and win it again. So are you doing anything? Are you prepping? Are you practicing? Are you trying a different flavor profile? What's going on in Justin's
I mean, we actually obviously cooked with you last week at the War Pig Winter Battle and ran a bit of a new recipe. One of the rubs I used to get on my recipes I can't get no more. So I'm like, man, that's tough.
Right.
But been playing with that recipe over. Let's see, my wife did it in Decatur and hit like a top 10 with it with 76 cooks. We did it in Denton. My wife cooked her first ever solo in Denton. I hit 12th ribs, and when I bite into that rib, I was like, "Uh-oh, I'm in trouble." She hit second.
Damn.
So I took what I do and kind of a variation of what she did, if she told me everything. And
she was very
and
secretive.
I ran that this weekend, and man, I would have bet my freaking week's paycheck that I'd have been top 3 in ribs this weekend. But it's just how it shakes out sometimes with the judges, and they didn't agree.
Yeah.
We ended up 11th, so
right,
still
it
pretty
wasn't
good.
terrible. But,
yeah.
But no, right now, to be honest with you, I'm wearing stores out trying to look for 2 perfect sets of ribs because that's all you're allowed to cook in Houston is 2.
Okay.
And that's not easy because you got to turn in as many as that box will hold, and those boxes are small and they hold, about 10. So
right,
really, you have less than a 50% margin of mess up because, you're only if you cut them down to 10 or 11 bones, you got 20 ribs to get 10 perfect ones.
Wow.
And so yeah, just doing that. I went this weekend down there to War Pig to kind of knock off the rust, just to kind of get back in the swing of things. But I've cooked so much for my catering business this winter. That, man, it was just like it didn't even feel like the first cook-off of the year. So
right.
really excited about that. I'm going to go to Wichita Falls next weekend for the Outlaw season opener and see if I can get off on a good start on this points chase and really just stay in the swing of things. I bought a new porch trailer over the winter, and I haven't cooked out of it yet, and I'm itching to do that. So
that's exciting.
Getting ready for Houston.
Yeah. So when is this first
Houston's
cook-off?
What's that?
When's the first cook-off?
For Outlaw?
Next
weekend, the 9th and 10th in Wichita Falls.
Oh, in Wichita Falls. Okay.
Yeah, it's about an hour north of me here in Decatur.
Okay, that's a long haul.
Yeah.
I may have to stay.
Yeah, that's a long haul for you. State championship. Yeah. They're gonna have all kinds of cool stuff going on. It's backed by the military and the Air Force Base up there. They have all kinds of cool stuff. So
that's awesome.
That's awesome.
But yeah, now just as far as going back and cooking with those guys. So I got invited to be a member of the brew crew. Cooking team. As you know, it's impossible to get into Houston. I think there's like an 18-year wait list right now.
Right.
I was lucky enough to get invited down there in 2022. Man, I jumped at the chance because you just don't get that. And told them, I was like, guys, give me a year or 2 to cook at this thing and figure out what they're wanting down here. And sure enough, in the first year, we win ribs and we're in the top 10 overall. And of course, then they're like, all right, well, you're part of the team for as long as you want to be a part of the team. And then so last year, we went back. I cooked ribs and chicken. James Dotson cooked brisket. And sure enough, we hit 2 more top 10s with ribs and brisket, and we missed it with chicken. We were 7 points away from winning that thing. We were top 10 overall again. 7 points away from the jack, man. That's what I looked at it because that's so hard for a Texas team to get the jack.
Yes, that's
so yeah. The brew crew guys they're all they're kind of one of the small. We're the biggest small tent at the rodeo because we literally are one tent. Much, a 40 by 40 tent compared to some of them tents that are $2 million tents. And, man, we turn out some phenomenal food and we have a good time for as small as we are. And just really, really glad that those guys included me because they're all from down around that area. They're a bunch of super great guys. 2 of the guys in that tent's been on Master Chef, so they know what they're doing. They didn't really know the competition game, cooking game as much. And they throw just one heck of a party for 3 days. And by the time you get to Saturday, man, you're whipped. So I was lucky enough that they brought us in, and man, it's been a great fit ever since. That's actually, I cooked with Tommy there last weekend. So I met him down in Houston to cook. So and Tommy's getting into competition himself. So it's really cool, man. We're expanding this thing.
Right. Thanks for inviting us last year. That's awesome.
Yep. So Cody Allenbar is going to join us this year. He's going to do chicken. I'm going to do ribs, and James is going to do brisket. And then Bobby Oliver is our dessert cook.
There you go. Y'all got a good deadgum team together. You probably ought to take James off and put Eric in. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, Erica runs that show. Don't let him lie to you.
We know. Oh, trust me.
Hey, ask Mike next time you have James on. Ask him where he was when the banners came because they do it like a Memphis and May style. There, they bring your top 10 banners to your tent. So
where was he?
He was in the bathroom, a little nervous, puking.
Damn.
So, I looked at him, I was like, dude, you all right? He's like, man, I'm so nervous. I just I'm just so nervous. I was like, I've never seen you nervous. He said, maybe I ain't drank enough. I don't know. And man, yeah, he go up and tuck it in the bathroom.
I was hoping you would tell me he's in the bathroom because he's drank too much. So.
No, he was that nervous. So
wow.
I've only seen that one other time, and that was my buddy Chris Hollis from up in the P&W when we were at Memphis in May this year. We took second in ribs at Memphis in May, and same thing. They come around and tell you if you're in the top 10, and if you're top 3 finals, you have to cook for 4 more judges coming in. And man, when they told us we were finals top 3, of course we were pumped up, and he was like, "You're gonna have to take over." I was like, "Well," he's like, "'Cause I think I'm gonna go puke." I was like, "Get out of the way, let's go." So.
Wow, James just posted that is true. Wow,
no, that's the damn truth. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, they call him Paleface.
Yeah, hey, he did his job. He turned in a great person.
Goodness, isn't that amazing? All of a sudden we find out something. I got to write that. Give me 1 second. James Dotson, puke face, and throws up when nervous. Okay,
but yeah, that Houston's rapidly coming. So
yeah, well, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. Good luck again this year.
Thank you.
It looks like you've kind of got things maybe dialed in. You've got the dream team kind of put together. I mean, you've got some great cooks there. So
there's some other teams got it too, man. That I remember last year, I think Lee Hickle was cooking chicken, Bill Purvis was on ribs, and I forgot who their or I might have that wrong, but there was 3 heavy hitters.
Yeah, there was 3.
Bill's in now cooking on his own, so that's going to be a tough one to follow right there.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ever need anybody to wash some dishes, man, just holler at me. I'm there.
Come on.
I'll be your chief cooking bottle. I've never been to Houston. So
me neither.
Oh, it's a game. The only thing bad about Houston is it's the same weekend as Irving. And Irving was one of my favorite cook-offs. That was,
wow.
Man, I love Irving, but it's I can't pass on Houston. So.
Yeah. Oh no, that's one you don't want to miss. So
yeah, it's a bucket list. I've got 2 more on my bucket list, and that's Jack Daniels, which that's hard, but and then meat stock. I want to do meat stock.
Yeah,
I got a chance to go cook the Jack Daniel last year with Sweetie Barbecue, Daryl Walker, and he asked me to go with him. He said, "Mike, you got to go, Magic. You know, you helped me, and I want you to go." And I'll tell you what, it was a really cool experience. It was just amazing. It really, really was. So
I've been invited a couple of times to join other cooks, and I've always just politely just said no. But I was like, I want to do it under me. But my friend Dirk, my buddy Dirk went with Smoked and Furious last year, and I texted him after that. He goes, "Dude, if you get a chance, you go do that." So
yeah, you need to go do it just for the experience. Yeah.
Next time I'm invited, I'm joining whoever's there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 100%.
I'm a pretty damn good dishwasher. So
that's right. That's it. So meat stock is a must.
Yeah, that's on the bucket list for sure.
Yeah,
man.
He's in Australia.
That's when the kids are out of school. So
yeah. Let's see. Daryl Walker and his wife are awesome. Oh, they're so awesome.
Yeah, Daryl's one of my favorite people in barbecue, man. I just wish I could dance like that dude.
Oh, I'm telling you. I'm
overly Caucasian, man.
I'll tell you. Well, that's for sure. Oh, goodness. Okay, guys, so I've got a question for you. What is the one thing, and I'll start with you, Kyle. What is the one thing that you think has helped you or could help either a competition cook or a backyard cook be more consistent?
Are we talking SCA or you want to talk barbecue?
Let's do barbecue because most of the people on tonight are barbecue.
Okay. Let's see. That's helped me be consistent is like for one, my smokers, I keep them clean. I'm constantly cleaning those. Those are clean before every cook off. And just dialing in like your recipes, like don't change, because I used to be notorious for like, you know what, let's change it up. Let's add this and that, during the game when it's game day.
Right.
And then, when I started cooking with Sterling, he kind of showed me that, hey, whatever you practice is what you do. Like, do not just change it up. Just stick to what you practiced and just keep staying in that zone. So I would say just don't change things up. Just do what you're good at.
Yeah, that's true. And that's one of the things that I remember doing when we filmed Sterling's class. He keeps everything very simple and he is very detail oriented.
Yes.
Just don't change it. Just do what got you there. You know?
Exactly.
And I think that's a lot of mistakes. A lot of times people are wanting to change something up. And when you start changing things, that's when things can start going awry. And if you're not careful, if you're not taking notes, you start losing focus on some stuff. So,
exactly. And taking notes. That's big time.
For sure.
100%. Let's see, Ryzen. Rinse and repeat always works. Yep,
Correct.
that's so true. The other tip is to buy a class at Barbecue Champs Academy.
And
Thank
that.
you, James. Yeah, that definitely will help you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Justin. So tell us, what's the one thing you think will help help cooks be more consistent?
It's hard. A lot of what y'all said is very true. I don't change recipes a lot. When I'm trying something a little bit new or something, I usually give it the 3 strikes and you're out. I try not to change just because the way that I look at it, if you go somewhere like we did this week and you don't get favorable judges or favorable scores and you change that exact thing, if you like it and you turn it in, run it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd have bet a paycheck on those ribs. I'm not going to change those ribs next weekend. I think I can win with those ribs and that brisket and that chicken. So it's, if you're always changing, you're always chasing.
Yeah.
So just run that, run your program. Don't, if like Kyle said, do what works for you. If you, just because Bill Purvis is cooking next to you and you see him do something on a different timeline than you, no one, like Jonathan Huddleston in Grills of Mississippi taught me something long ago. He said, you can't cook your grandma's dumplings. She can write the recipe for you to the T. You can't cook it. You can't cook someone else's program, so you got to stick with what you're learning. Now, I guess that's probably, there's yes and no to that. So for the new cooks who are like getting these classes, you're going to learn a ton,
Mm-hmm.
And always just watch what people are doing. They're going to help you. Ask questions.
Yeah.
I can watch a guy who's been cooking half the time that I have right now, and I can learn something from him.
Yeah.
It's always the little nuggets you take. It's always just the little nuggets.
Yeah, for sure. Like Manuel Moreno. Manuel Moreno, like 4 years ago, gave me a tip at the KCBS Invitational in Shawnee, Oklahoma. I asked him, no matter what I do, I kind of run my ribs a little darker. He gave me a tip. He said, I wrap my ribs at 1.5 hours, no matter what they look like. And I said, okay, I'm going to start practicing that. I've been doing that ever since, and the results are working.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
You don't, like, you hear a lot of people, the 3-2-1 method. Throw that damn thing in the trash.
Yes.
I do 4 hour ribs total. So
yeah,
exactly.
And that's just for Texas tender. If we're KCBS, it's more like 3 hours, 15 minutes total. So
exactly.
Yeah. But man, have fun. And like I've seen Kyle say before, get your ass outside and cook.
Yeah, go cook, man. You got to.
Cook.
Yeah.
You got to do that. You ain't gonna learn nothing from sitting on the couch. You got to go outside and cook.
That's exactly.
Got to cook, man.
Yeah, and quit chasing recipes. It's not the recipes; it's the techniques.
Yeah, recipes change, man. There's so many rubs and sauces flooding the market now. Yeah. Find one you like, run it.
That's it. Yeah. I'm running my same brisket recipe I've been running since 2018, and I'm not about.
Yeah, I'm on the same. And what's funny? So right before Houston in 2022, I ran up to Amarillo to do a CBA event up there, A-Town Hammer Down or something like that. And I played in the kitchen. I thought I'd found this awesome rib recipe. So we get up there, we hit 3rd place ribs. Hell yeah, this works. So the very next weekend, we go to Houston, we win ribs. Man, I knew we'd found it. And then I started digging through my old notes, and I'm so dumb. And I guess there's another tip for the guys. When you start tweaking, you end up this far away from your original recipe.
Yeah.
Right.
So I went back and I was looking at my recipes from like 2017, 16. And that was the exact sauce that I was running in 2016 and 17. I had no idea.
Wow.
I thought I reinvented the wheel. So, write that sauce down. Write down what you're doing. It helps tremendously.
Oh, it does. I've got notes. I've got 143 cook-offs, and I've got notes of every single thing that I have done on every single cook-off. I'm talking about, ask me what I did, when I did it, how I did it. It's all in that phone. And right before the first competition this year, I spent one day going through all my rib notes from 2020 to 2021 with my older recipe for 2022 and 23, and I compared and I looked and I saw, and then I tallied them up, top 9. What did I have? I mean, which rib was the more consistent? I was like, man, look at this 2020 rib. I mean, 12 top 3 finishes and 27 competitions. I was like, God dog, that's pretty good. And 56% of them was in the top 9. The other one, it was 45% in the top 9. And
but you know what, Mike? As cooks, we think we can do better, so we start tweaking.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I changed because I wanted another recipe. That rib had been doing so good. I was like, I need something else in my arsenal. And people think You got all these classes on Barbecue Champs. The people that know me well know I will not even touch any of those. I will never use any of the recipes against anybody. I don't ever use those recipes or anything. I've got my own techniques. I cook on a rotisserie. I'm the only one that cooks on a rotisserie out there.
Mm-hmm.
It cooks completely different than anything else. So what I see somebody do on a Jambo will not work on my rotisserie.
Or
Or a
to
drum or anything
Yeah.
else. It's a completely different animal. And I've got my own stuff that I do. And I wanted a different recipe in case if that one ever fell off. And I cooked that one at the first. You want me to tell you where I cooked it? I cooked it the first time at Rockwall at the first Outlaw Barbecue competition with 52 teams. It got 5th place. And I was like, dang. And it was everything. New rub, new injection, new everything. And I was like, wow. Let me try that again. I went to Blanchard, 4th place. I went to Irving, 4th place. I went to Bow Bridge, 2nd place. I was like, dang, this is a good recipe too.
Dang right.
I think just keeping notes, and that's why I tell people all the time, my pro tip, keep good notes, man. It really keeps you grounded.
Yeah,
so,
I can take you back to 2013 when I started, or 2012 when I started cooking right now.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And you look at some of them old notes, you're like, golly, man, I was way out there.
Yeah, I love looking at the old turn-in boxes too.
Oh,
when you first started.
When you first
Don't want to post those.
No, hell no.
Yeah. Hey, the judges down there this weekend banged me up like those really old turn-in boxes,
like
man.
That's it. Yeah. James Post, you stopped cooking on the WSM. Yeah, and last year I did. I got completely away from my WSM. I wanted to try something with the grill. I started off on the Weber. I got an M16. I love that M16. I loved everything about it. It just didn't work with my chicken.
Yeah.
It just did not work. And I went back to my WSM. I got a 3rd place right off the gate. I go to another competition, I got a 3rd place. And that's all I ever cooked on. I had so many top 10 finishes on that thing. It was insane. And I'm just I said I'm not changing it. I'm always sticking with my WSM. All right.
And that's
great
that's
stuff
kind of weird
tonight.
I used to cook on a Jambo all them years, and then when I started playing with the drum at home, the ribs in 2017 or 18 cost me like 4 grand championships. I had 9 overall finishes in the top 10 without a rib call.
Yeah.
So I switched to the drum, and it's just like it turned on.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for a little barbecue trivia. First person that gets this right, and there may be one that may know, just don't answer. So, and one in particular, let me just put it that away.
Hey, just delete it. Just delete him. You already know it's coming.
Yeah. WFSM with no water machine is cooking. Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. So the first person that gets it right gets our 20 championship backyard barbecue classes. You get them for 1 month. You can go watch them as many times as you want.
20 of them?
It's all 20.
Okay.
And it's our backyard barbecue class. They're phenomenal recipes. And the first person that I see get it right across my screen, not y'all's screen, my screen. My stuff's in real time. I can't help what yours is. It's only what I see. So the first person that gets it right will get the 20 recipes for 1 month. If you have an account, I will add it to your account. If you don't have an account, you got to let me know. I'll create the account. I'll tell you what you need to do. And I'll create the account and I'll put them in here. So let me go over here to my question. We know Justin won the 2022 Houston Livestock Show Rodeo World Champion. I want to know the name of the person that won the 2023 Houston Livestock Show Rodeo World Championship. Who won ribs last year at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo? First person I see that gets it right is going to win. I need their name. First and last would be great. First person, all right, there it is right there, right off the get-go. AJ. That's the first one I've seen. Boy, they were right behind him. There was right behind him, too. Okay, Mr. AJ George. And I'm going to go back. That was the first one that popped up. You got it right off the get-go. Yes, sir. Mr. Chris Hatcher, he absolutely crushed it last year. And he was so close of winning that deal. So, all right, AJ, I need you to drop in the comments. Have you bought classes from us before? Or do you have an account? If you do, I can add it. If you don't, let me know. Just put it in the chat. Man, it was a great night tonight. And I really do appreciate y'all being on here. I need to all right, the question's been answered, so y'all don't have to keep going. We already got our winner. AJ, I need to know if you've got an account where I can, or you can email me, one of the two. If you want to email me, you can email me your information. Basically, I need your first and last name, and I need your email address, AJ. Your first and last name I've got, and I'm going to take a picture so I don't forget.
Justin, you still cheering for the Cowboys?
Oh,
Man.
my gosh.
That's a sore subject around here, bro.
I know, man.
Okay,
I give up on them.
I know.
They tear my heart
I'm
apart.
so heartbroken, man. Every year they do this to me. And you know,
Yeah.
I don't post
didn't
it.
give up.
I don't post anything like that. But I knew the championship or the first round of the playoffs. I posted a video of me and making a michelada and all that, and I posted it and I said, "That's the nail in the coffin right there.
Yeah.
That's the nail in the coffin," because I did that.
I've just extremely lowered my expectations. That's all there is. They're going to be a
I
good
know.
team in the season. They can't win a big game.
They
So I'm
can't.
sorry.
Every time they get to the big dance, they can't do it. All right, guys. Well, I
Texas
appreciate
Rangers
it.
world champions, though, baby.
That's right. They
Over your
got it.
Diamondbacks, Kyle.
I know. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, 100%.
That's another source. It's been a rough year, man. It's been rough.
Let's go
It's been
Cowboys.
rough.
It's been rough. Go Chiefs. Yeah, I tell you, I think they're going to be hard to beat. They got the experience.
Yeah.
So
Don't bet against Mahomes.
San Francisco
I'm
they
just
got
there
lucky.
for Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's for sure. They're making a mockery out of that. So that's just about the Cowboy book. All right, you guys got any sponsors that y'all want to thank? Y'all go right ahead. We're going to end this podcast.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Fogo Charcoal, Cosmos Q, M Grills, and yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've just got two now. I've got Cosmos Q. Been friends with Darren a long time, and then my boy JDQ up in Kansas City. That's all I'm running with anymore. I've actually made a conscious effort to step back a little bit from some of that and just enjoy cooking.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, I really do appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for being on our podcast.
Thank you, Mike. I
Appreciate you, Mike.
it.
Absolutely. I hope everybody's enjoyed our show tonight. We've had a lot of folks stick with us all the way to the very end. We appreciate it. Got another big show lined up for y'all next Tuesday, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you go over to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button. We are trying to make the transition over there. Hopefully we can get enough people over there. If not, we'll stick here for a while anyway. As we always say on our classes when we close them out, y'all go out there, have a lot.